What's going on? It's Brother Jay, and I'm back again with another thought of the day, man. My thought of the day is called Diddler Trial Part 2. Ooh, whiskey. Now, the funny thing is, that I was watching, because I did the part one, where she did her testimony and stuff like that, and on your prosecutor questioned her, Now, all of a sudden, all these uh, defense questions basically it's called hoe shaming. Now, why is it that everybody that's a Diller fan ain't saying that dynamic? Which means that, they're stating that because she enjoyed participating in some of the freak offs, her comment is saying, I enjoyed it as long as he was there. Now, the other part of this conversation is this: people are shitting on men that date younger women as predators, but no one is shitting on Diddy. No one. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she's a hater. Oh, she's obsessed and stuff like that. Man, hold up, hold up. If she signed a 10 record contract with a motherfucker, this dude is way older than she is. Why ain't nobody shaming this nigga? Everybody's on Diddy's dick. You know what I'm saying? But if anybody else that wasn't famously known like Diddy, they'd be like, oh, you should be ashamed of yourself. You're a fucking damn near middle-aged old man dating a fucking teeny bopper and shit. No one is shitting on Diddy. No, I'm shitting on Diddy. You know what I mean? Because if I sit here and dated a 19-year-old bride and leveraged it where you only made one album. After all the 10 years that we dated, you only made one album. Nigga, I'm shitting on that nigga. Yeah, you took advantage of your position. You know what I mean? So, the defense lawyer is stating that, oh, you must enjoy the freak offs. She stated that she did as long as he was a part of it. Now, if you look at the psychology that what women say why men are predators, he fits that bill. Because if you in a position of power and you're trying to come up, you're going to do what the person of power is going to say. You're going to do it because you're trying to come up. Any person from the ghetto knows that philosophy, nigga. Like, nigga, if you're the man with the money and I'm the man that's broke as shit, I'm going to sit here and listen and obey and do what you're saying so I can come up. Only men are saying Diddy is shit. All these other women fans are saying, she's a predator and she was a home wrecker. Home wrecker. She was the backup bitch. She was dating him when he was with Kim Porter. So she was the backup bitch. How you gonna shit on the backup bitch? Even women should understand it, but no. You know what I'm saying? Because they're loyal fans. I'm a loyal fan. You know what I'm saying? She was wrong. So either way, they questioned her, by the end of last week, because today is Monday now, you know what I'm saying? And, basically in a nutshell, they were trying to say that in a nutshell that she enjoyed the free offs. Even when she's in the prosecuting questioning side of the fence, she said she enjoyed it as long as he was involved. So she never lied and said she didn't enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? But you got to think about it. You're saying because they was explaining the length of time of the freak offs, which means that from right here, 1 second, it was anywhere from 24 hours to 4 fucking days. How much do you need to please a nigga? And she said she had sore throat, catch, you know what I'm saying, UTI infections and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, if they didn't have the baby oil that he had, which is you know what I'm saying, 1,000 bottles of shit roughly, nigga, she'd be worse off than what she was. Nigga, y'all need to pick a side. Are you on the woman's side, Nick? Because if you're on the woman's side, then she is the victim of this shit. She was a young girl that was coerced by a rap mogul that said, "Do what I say, bitch, or your fucking career is hanging in the balance." You know what I'm saying? You need to pick a side. You know what I'm saying? You just can't conveniently say, "Well, if any other man done that, I will be against him. But because it's Diddy, I'm gonna ride on this team," and she's a fucking, you know what I'm saying, career driven, you know what I'm saying, exploitation woman. Wait, hold up. How you gonna call her exploitation woman, nigga, when she only made one album, cuz underneath Bad Boy. She only made one album. And she was signed for a 10-album deal. And he was dating her for 10 fucking years. All this time she's making material, he didn't put it out. You know why? Because it's called power and control. He didn't want to relinquish that. Because he knew if she made 2 or 3, especially successful albums and shit, somebody would have made an offer to him to buy her out of her contract. That's the reason why he didn't sit there and say, "You okay, you know, see, I'll make another album and shit." And yeah, he knew what he was doing. You know what I mean? Now, crazy part is, now this is the major factor right here was her testimony. All these other people, they gonna throw little tidbits here and there. You know what I'm saying? See, he's assuming, you know what I'm saying, and that's probably why the reason why his main first lawyer said, I can't represent him no more, Your Honor. Nope, can't do it. Nope. Now he can't say this motherfucker's foul. He's gonna ruin my reputation as far as a defense lawyer record. No, I'm not gonna lose on his namesake. Because when he lose, you know what I'm saying, his name gonna be attached to that motherfucker. That's why he said, Your Honor, I cannot represent him under no circumstances. None. So this is starting off shitty. But see, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna see how this week goes right now, you know what I'm saying, because it's supposed to be switched off from her, even though from my understanding that the defense is saying roll this shit, you know what I'm saying, on Friday to the level where the prosecutor didn't get a chance to do their cross-examination off of the questions that the defense asked. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm correct, today is supposed to be that part of the category. You know what I'm saying? Bruh, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, if you look at this shit logically, Diddy's gonna lose. Now, they have cross-examined, you know what I'm saying, and tripped up Cassie on some couple questions. Yeah, they did. You know what I'm saying? For real. They did. They tripped up on a couple questions. You know what I'm saying? But if you look at the whole scheme of it, nah. You know what I'm saying? It's in the prosecution's favor. You know what I'm saying? So far, the defense are losing, but they're trying to catch up as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? But one thing you cannot take away is this, and this is my conclusion on this trial. You know what I'm saying? This is my conclusion. No matter if she was right or she was wrong, Regardless if the fucking, defense, asked the correct questions that tripped her up, one thing you cannot take away was Diddy's behavior. When he's screaming out loud in the middle of the courtroom and stuff like that, and he's yelling and shit like that, and he's screaming and shit like that, and trying to dictate to his own team, ask this question, ask this question, ask that question right there. Yeah, we're gonna get her. You know what I'm saying? That's a guilty reaction. Anybody knows, because me, I used to be in the courtroom. You know what I'm saying? And when you have a lawyer sitting there, you have confidence that your lawyer is going to represent you correctly. You know what I'm saying? When you have P. Diddy's money, nigga, why pay motherfuckers if you don't have confidence that they're going to represent you correctly? Even me with a public pretender, I sit here, yeah, I'm listening to what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? If I have anything to say when there's a break call or whatever you're saying, I'll address that point right there. Like, hey, man, what the fuck? Man, you ain't asked that question right there. You ain't asked that question. And you see where his logic's leading to. Like, I'm trying to build that up to lead to these other questions over here. Oh, see, I had patience to sit here and listen to my legal defense. This nigga has no patience whatsoever. None. He's like, you know what I'm saying? Even OJ, I said this in my last video, even OJ was facing an uphill, ugly battle. They were saying all kind of shit, playing tapes with him and everything. Even he didn't lose his cool in the courtroom. And this nigga was on trial for murder. Not like Diddy, you know what I'm saying? Which is, for, sex trafficking, exploitation and shit like that. Maybe sexual assault or something like that, that's not nothing compared to murder. And even OG had the cool to sit here and say, yeah, okay, wait to break his call, then I'm gonna talk to your ass. You know what I'm saying? This nigga's in the courtroom, standing up, yelling, that's not true. What? That's not true. Broski. So we're gonna see how this week goes. I'm out of here on this one. This is the P. Diddy trial, part 2, talking as it's going. All right? Deuces.